Yeah, you never get to be in front of the camera, do you? We're back on the Morning Brew with Prince, and we're with Sal Gomez, and he was saying he's used to being behind the camera rather than in front of it, but it's all right because your photos are getting a lot of attention right now.
It's really shocking because I had taken a little time off from doing my little homeless project, and a friend of mine mentioned it, brought it back up, and I started doing them again, and it just kind of blew up.
There is something with the homeless situation in Albuquerque right now. I think those of us who live and work downtown are seeing some of the impacts right now when services have been moving and everything, and people are still trying to figure out where to go, and it's become a little more apparent now, and it is something people are talking about, and you're helping putting a face on the population, I think.
Yeah, I like to actually sit down, talk with them, get to know them, get to know a little bit about their background and what got them to where they are, and I'd like to friend them and get them to where they're comfortable with me, and that's why I asked if I could take their photos.
Very cool. We got some of the photos right here. And do you know these folks' names? I mean, how close have you gotten with these people?
Some of them were a couple months back. This gentleman right here, he wouldn't tell me his name, but he's from Hawaii. Been on the streets for I believe 5 or 6 years, and I found him across the street from a wool warehouse.
Oh, just over here in the warehouse district.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the most recent one. He was at the Coronado Park. He was the most fun that I had with. We talked for about 45 minutes. He was just laying in the grass under a tree, and we joked about smoking cigarettes and him falling asleep before the sprinklers came on. So,
That's gonna be the worst if you fall asleep and the sprinklers come on.
Yeah,
no doubt.
This gentleman was probably the most reserved. I was actually with my daughter, who's 6 years old. He was on the corner of 12th and the freeway, the exit, and I tried to wave him over to get to talk to him, but I drive a white Crown Vic, so after talking with him, he thought I was a cop. That's why he wouldn't come over. So me and my daughter had to run across the freeway exit, and I introduced myself. I introduced my daughter, and we talked for a little bit. But he was really reserved. A lot of the homeless people, they're embarrassed about their situation, and they don't like to get their pictures taken. Mm-hmm. That's why I friend them first and talk to them, and I let them get comfortable with me.
Do you explain the project and what you're doing?
I let them know that I like to show people the things that they normally don't like to see.
Right.
People have a tendency to step over the homeless, walk around them. When people are with their kids, they have a tendency to huddle their kids together, and the kids learn to be fearful of the homeless instead of acknowledging the homeless. Mm-hmm. So my daughter, she loves helping them out. She points them out and stuff like that. So
that's cool. So I know we're looking at your webpage, your Facebook page, and there's a lot of photos of MMA fighters.
Yeah.
Is that where you started in photography?
That's where I started. My son started training at Fit NHB with Tom Vaughn and Arlene Sanchez, who are longtime friends of mine. I started doing photos there of him training. From there, it graduated to
we got some of those photos there.
Events, and from there, I started doing photos of individuals. And Lori, I believe, I haven't seen Lori's photo up yet, but she was the first one that I met. And we were talking about her earlier. She was just sitting in the middle of a parking lot smoking a cigarette. And I decided one day, I said, you know what, I just want to talk to her. And
what was it about her that made her seem inviting or seem interesting or friendly? Or
she was she looked like she didn't have a care in the world, even though she was homeless, and it was about 90 degrees outside, and homeless people have a tendency to wear everything that they own, so she was pretty packed on, and but she looked happy. So I decided, I want to talk to her and find out what's going on. And she was the very first person I had encountered from the homeless community. And when I asked if I could take her picture, her comment was, well, I hope you don't mind, I'm having a bad hair day. So that's Lori right there, as a matter of fact.
Oh, we do have a photo of her.
yeah.
There she is.
And you can still see that she had a happiness about her in her eyes. And my friend Doug Chapin, who's a photographer in Colorado, he says you can always see everything in their eyes. So whenever I take their photos, that's the one thing I really focus on.
That's very cool. So where are you hoping the project goes from here? I know it's getting some media attention locally.
Yeah.
We're not the first TV show you've been on talking about this. So where does it go? What do you do now that you've got a little bit of celebrity and you got a cause with this? Where do you take it?
All I want people to do is acknowledge that these people are human beings and they need to be treated as such. They're not trash. They're not hopeless cases. They're just people that need a helping hand up. And if we can acknowledge them, and if my photos can help these people acknowledge them, then I'm happy with that. I don't see anything really blowing up with this. I mean, I'm still going to continue doing what I do. I'm not part of any organization or anything like that. I take the money that I have in my pocket and I go out there, and if I see some random homeless person, whatever money I got, I'll give it to them and get to know their stories. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no set goal, I guess you could say.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the projects like this always they seem to take on a life of their own sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
And this one
yeah.
seems like it's getting, some really cool attention.
Yeah, I've had people bring up doing an art showing or a book and stuff like that, but I don't want to profit from people that are in need, and two, it costs money to do all those projects, which I just don't have the money myself, so. I post them up on Facebook. Facebook is free,
right?
And
anyone can see them.
Anybody can see them at any time.
It's just Sal Gomez at Facebook?
No, it's facebook.com/allreverend.
All right.
It's a nickname I got back in the day. So
sounds like a plan.
Awesome.
We'll be back in a couple of seconds. We got Eddie Vargas coming in too.
Awesome.
It should be
That
fun.
sounds great.
Yeah, all in the morning brew with friends.